Hey guys, this is EJ Holland with the Wolverine.com here with our On 3 Signee Spotlight. We have Michigan signee Zack Marshall. Well, by the time we display this video, he'll be Michigan signee Zack Marshall. Zack, welcome in. How's it going?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Good, good. So, like I said, by the time this video runs, you'll have signed with Michigan. What does it feel like to officially be a Wolverine?
It's amazing. I mean, the culture is second to none, and the people around you are just always so supportive. I find Michigan fans everywhere. I mean, I live in San Diego, and I feel like I'm surrounded by them. So it'll be a pretty amazing feeling.
Definitely. So you, like you said, you're all the way out in the West Coast. What's that transition going to be like going out to the Midwest? I know you've been out to Michigan a couple of times. Why are you leaving thousands of miles away from home to go play at Michigan?
I don't think it's a matter of where it is. I think it's a matter of I felt like it was the right fit from a lot of different perspectives, and I didn't see getting that opportunity in California. So going to Michigan, I feel like I have a great opportunity, great people around me, and that's the real reason why I'm going 2,700 miles away.
Yeah, quite the distance. Kind of expand a little bit more about why Michigan was that right fit for you.
Yeah, when I say right fit, I'm really thinking about pretty much three or four aspects. First, obviously, the football is amazing. Number two in the AP poll, headed to the I'm going to say national championship, but um, definitely headed to the Fiesta Bowl. Really great team, and then with that really great team, they have an amazing culture. They have so many guys who I think I forget how to say his last name, Joel Hungerford, one of their tight ends, said it best, and it's with team success comes into individual success. And they preach that the team, the team, the team. That's something that I've learned to really embrace, to be a part of the team. And I think that that's exactly where I want to be. And then third, I want an awesome education, right? It's top 10 in the nation in business and law, which are the studies I'm very interested in. And then lastly, they have a very, very strong Christian culture, which for me speaks loads to my faith and my beliefs. So with all that, there was no saying no.
Let's go back to how Michigan first got involved because I think it was a little bit of an interesting story. Matt Weiss was just recruiting in California, happened to go see you. How did that all play out?
Yeah, I had just transferred schools, so I was still getting into the mix of, oh, college coaches are coming to see me, and what am I gonna do? So we work out, he sees me, and he's like, I would love for you to hop on a FaceTime call with the tight ends coach. Coach Weiss says, we got a good one. And I was just starstruck, right? So they were actually originally there to see my quarterback, Julian Sayin, really, really amazing quarterback, but also number two recruit in the nation. And after throwing with him, he was like, we got to have you on campus, and we need Coach Newsome to see you in person. So we tried a couple camps. Things just didn't work out, like timing wise. And they said, we have the barbecue at the big house. Come on, I want to say July 30th to August 1st. I want to say it's that time, or it was July 1. It was either July 1 or August 1, one of them.
It was late July, late July. I think
Late
it was
July?
like,
Okay, yes.
yeah.
Um, so they said, come out to the barbecue at the big house. And that's exactly what we did. We got to work out, got to meet Coach Newsome in person. And that was kind of the whole story, right? A whim chance of Coach Weiss being there. And now going to my dream school.
Definitely. So tell me about that experience going to the barbecue at the big house, working in front of the staff, and then making a commitment shortly thereafter. I think it was just a couple of weeks after that that you decided to go ahead and make things public and commit to the Wolverines.
Yeah, it was 12 days after. And I knew pretty much the second I left campus, there's nowhere like this. So in my mind, it was only a matter of time. I had to get all the announcements out, make all the pomp and circumstance, which for me is not why I do it, but it was a surreal feeling to hear the University of Michigan say, "Hey, we have a scholarship offer for you." it was unreal, and I'm just so humbled and grateful for it.
So you had a chance to work out with Coach Newsome. I know you've built a strong relationship with him over the last several months. Tell me a little bit more about him and what you like about his coaching style, his personality, just things like that.
Totally. Coaching style, what I've noticed so far, he is a player's coach. He was a player not even, what, 6 years ago? He played with some of the tight ends that are actually still in the room, which is a really funny story. But something that I love about him as a person is he's very down to earth, and he loves his guys, and he goes out of his way. He introduces you to his family. He makes sure that you feel like you're connected, like you're friends. It's not a coach student like hierarchy. It's, hey, we're going to work together to win a national championship, and that's what we want to do. So coaches, players, support staff, all of that, Coach Newsome does a great job of saying, hey, we're all in this together. And it goes back to that the team mantra. And with that, I think he's also an incredible guy, family man, has an awesome wife who I've had the blessing to meet. And I think it speaks loads to his character. The fact that he's able to have that work-life balance with being so young. Obviously, he's a very young coach as well, and just an awesome guy overall.
So I know Jim Harbaugh was also involved in your recruitment. Michigan's head coach has West Coast ties. He went out to your house, ate some Spanish paella. Tell me about Coach Harbaugh, your experiences with him throughout the process.
Another guy who I just love this guy. People use the word quirky. I think he's just the best guy ever. He is so pure-hearted. He is so down to earth as well. Everyone uses this like phrase that he doesn't know he's famous, because he's just he acts like you and me, right? He loves people. He's gonna have a good time, and I think he's the perfect example of what I want in a coach. I want somebody who's gonna love on me, but also hold me accountable. Also look for high standards. Also know what it takes to get to the next level. So with that, I think no one no one in the business is better than Coach Harbaugh.
So I know you had a chance to experience the big house. Had a chance to watch Coach Harbaugh, the staff, the players in action for the game against Michigan State, and just saw you roaming on the sidelines, and you were in awe, big smiles. I mean, coming from the West Coast where you don't see that type of crowd to be in the big house and experiencing that night atmosphere, what was that whole experience like?
It's unreal. You look up and you forget that each one's a person. You see a little yellow, a maze or blue dot, and you forget that it's a person. And 100,000 people are there to watch you. I'm blown away just even thinking about it, because I see our stands at our high school games, and we have the best student section in San Diego, right? And it's 2,500 to 3,000 people, and that feels unreal. I get butterflies in front of that. So with being in the big house, a historic place, a huge place, there's nothing like that game day feeling. And when I was on the sideline, I just envisioned myself being there every Saturday. Well, maybe every other Saturday, because you have away games too. But um, just that feeling was unreal, and I'm excited to have that while I'm suited up in a Wolverines uniform for the next 4 or so years.
I know you watched the tight ends closely. You had a chance to see
Totally.
them on TV, throughout the season. How impressed are you with the way they utilize the tight end position using multiple guys?
Totally. They are in 12, 13 personnel all the time. They have a very similar, um, they do very similar things to what John Harbaugh does with the Ravens. And you see how guys like Mark Andrews start to explode. Guys who aren't necessarily the big name guys, but in the system, they do their job and they do it really well. Joel, he was a lineman early in his career, became a tight end. You have Colston, a guy who's killing it as a true freshman. You have Scooney, who's obviously your true Y, a full-fledged tight end who can do just about everything. So seeing how they use their guys to their strengths mixed with how they fit it into the system is really, really fun to watch.
You get to join that tight end room. Not,
Yeah,
I guess, in like a month, man. I mean, you're enrolling early. Might be less than a month now. I
it
mean,
is. Yes.
yeah. How excited are you to not only get in the room, but also get in the strength and conditioning program with Ben Herbert and just kind of take in that Michigan experience as a early enrollee?
I'm excited to be with Coach Herb. He told me on my official, he's like, you will see me more than you'll see any of your coaches, right? And that's always fun to hear because I had an awesome experience my freshman year at Santa Fe Christian in my high school with a guy who's now the I want to say head dietitian at Oregon State, Nick Farrell. But he was my favorite strength coach of all time. Hard nosed like Coach Herb, but also gonna love you to death. So these men that are in that culture in that area are so uplifting and so dedicated to see your success. I'm just excited to be a part of it.
So I know this process was a long journey to get to Michigan. What was your favorite recruiting memory out of this whole experience?
Recruiting memory. Oh, man. I think one of my favorite memories was on my official, just sitting in the dorm with Marlon Klein and just talking and just hearing his story, right? A guy from Germany who came out here to play football, had an awesome opportunity. He's going to be in my tight end room. It's going to be a great time. But I think just being around like-minded people is something I am so excited to be. I like I like to pride myself on my ability to work hard, but then I see 50, 100 other guys wanting to do the exact same thing at Michigan, and it just makes me want to go even harder.
I know you have some lofty goals. I know the future's bright at Michigan. Tell me what you're kind of expecting, maybe, 3 years down the line. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see the University of Michigan?
I want to play as much as often, as much as possible, and as soon as possible. Um, I really think that with great coaching and a good work ethic, anyone can go pro, and that's obviously what I want to do. I want to make it to the NFL. I want to be an inspiration to a lot of people, especially from San Diego, where our community is sometimes seen as just beach city boys, right? But we really want to be the best to ever do it, and that's as simple as that. Every player wants to be the best to ever play, so I'm going to give everything I can to be it.
Last question for you. What should Michigan fans know about Zack Marshall? Any fun facts? Do you surf out there in San Diego? Eat some fish
I don't
tacos? I
surf, but I love
mean,
fish tacos.
okay, there you go.
Uh, yeah, I love fish tacos. My pregame ritual is to eat a bowl of Reese's Puffs, so that might be a funny one. Um,
You can't go
but
wrong with Reese's Puffs, right?
exactly, so you got to have your cheat day on the day of the game. Uh, I mean, you're gonna get a guy who smiles, who's gonna have a great time, who's gonna support you 100%. Um, I'm gonna love the fans. I'm gonna love what I'm doing, and I'm gonna take advantage at everything I can in the next 4 years because this place is special. It's special.
Awesome, Zach. It's great to hear, man.
Thank
Congratulations again on signing with the University of Michigan, and hope to see you in the big house soon.
Appreciate it. I'll see you soon. God bless.